Good morning. It's a little bit early in the morning. If you're one of those people who aren't tuning into the stream, um, it's not even 8 o'clock in the morning yet. Somebody might be like, Gabrielle, why are you streaming so early in the morning? And I would say, mind your own business. Mind your own business. This is what I want to do with my time. I just woke up and I was thinking about it and I was like, I want to play more Planet Zoo. And I don't necessarily play all my files at the same time. I kind of like start one and I play it for a long time and then I don't really go back to it too often unless I want to pull animals from it or pull builds and stuff like that. So yeah. Our last stream, which was only yesterday, but you know, when I'm hyper focused, we're gonna get our money's worth out of it. I was talking about how I think that the zoo right now is financially sustainable, and so I'd like to start building exhibits that are less about can we quick get animals in and make money, and can we make exhibits that are maybe more deliberately built, themed, and I would like to build them as realistic as possible. Like this moose exhibit is really not realistic. There's, you know, for real life, there's lots of space behind the scenes that you'd never be able to see. Like this barn would be completely behind the scenes. So that's kind of something that I want to showcase. And stuff is like, hey, I am a real zookeeper, or I have been a real zookeeper, and I work in a real zoo, and I would like to kind of represent some of that. I mean, it obviously a lot of that is just building for building's sake. It's not necessarily functional within this game, but we can kind of like bend the rules a little bit and make something functional. So, I think the first place that I want to go is I want to build over in this direction. So for now, I'm gonna come and I'm going to get rid of a lot of these trees just to clear some space so that I can see where I'm going. And we'll bring the path over there later because we don't necessarily want people wandering around in a construction zone. But we're going to kind of utilize this against the wall space. And maybe we'll even like build a wall so that people can't wander away. But you can see that our money amounts are like slowly ticking up, which is perfect. That's what we want. And so we'll go through and we'll just like very slowly start spending it. Hopefully we won't get in the way too much. You can see frame rates are pretty bad, but I don't know how to fix it today. I will research that for another time. Yeah, pretty bad. Hey, the recording will be good. So, I'm also recording this, so it'll also be available later, because nobody really watches my live streams, but that's okay. It's just for fun. It's just for me. And if anyone who watches later, I'm happy that you're tuning in. I really enjoyed this breeding project. I did a different one. You can see that there's at least 4 different coat colors here, and I think there's more than that, honestly. So, let's maybe pop in here and just check. Let's maybe just do a random... Boop. A Fusa. Fusas are nocturnal critters. I don't know if I'm ready to do a nocturnal indoor habitat, but maybe let's maybe filter by this. So we would like a habitat animal. And I would like to maybe do an animal that doesn't necessarily, I don't necessarily want to do a carnivore and herbivore, but I would like an animal that doesn't really need another, like, let's, you know, like here we have a lot of options for who they can hang out with. So I don't mind having options open, but when I build this and when zoos are doing things for real, like your barn, you don't necessarily take all these animals into one barn because the giraffe barn is built for giraffe, like tall barns built for giraffe. And even though like these wildebeest might be housed completely together and some of these antelopes might be housed in the same barn, they often, in my experience, have separate stalls and smaller areas where they get separated. Even though they're on exhibit together, they're kind of managed at nighttime, they're managed in separate groups. I do like the idea of having these desert animals. I really love a dromedary camel. And then the wild ass or the donkeys and stuff like that are kind of some of my favorites. Let's see. Ooh, we hit another conservation goal. We'll take that cash from you. We could do a small primate. A wolverine. A Winzit is like a European bison, basically. And if I'm remembering correctly, they might be kind of how cattle were domesticated, but I don't be quoting me on that. Maybe they'll say. Yeah, I don't think it says anything about that. Never mind. Don't listen to me. Maybe let's get us a desert species because it is hot here in this area. Oh my gosh, look how cute. Oh, they can be with sheep. Oh, we're gonna do donkeys and sheep eventually. I love sheep so much. Don't even get me started on sheep today. Okay. These tiny little tortoises. Are they actually tiny or are they... The African spurred tortoise likes desert and grasslands. It could be a very small exhibit. So we could do like, if we change this to now Africa, we could have, say, a caracal exhibit and a small little African tortoise exhibit kind of like right next to them. So they kind of blend together a little bit, even though they're not in the same pen. We can have quite a few in one habitat. They would take 15 years to become mature, so that would be a lot of babies in one pen. And they could have babies every 8 months, which is crazy. All mature offspring are tolerated in the group, and guests can enter the habitat. Interaction or relations with humans is neutral. So sometimes there are some animals that are shy and they get really stressed out when people are in their habitat. So we'll maybe work on letting them come into the African spurred habitat. We'll see. In reality, I don't think that would necessarily be something that I would do, but some zoos are very into animal guest interaction, and some are very guests stay hands off. And it's just different philosophies. I think that one philosophy is some zoos don't trust the general public with their animals, which is a very valid, very, very valid thing. And then I think that some zoos really want to use that connection of animals and people interacting, which motivates people for conservation, which I think is also very valid. I think it just really depends on do you have the staff and do you have a respectful public? Not every zoo has a public that is respectful of rules and respectful of zookeepers when someone says, hey, maybe don't do that, please. So it just kind of depends. Some zoos start out with lots of interactions and then have to end up saying, okay, well, we're going to have to close this program because, nobody's listening to us when we say, don't touch that. Okay, this was Callie and Mandy Zoo. So these are different people, so hopefully these tortoises are not related to each other. Okay, I've got one male and one female. I would get another female, but there's not really any available. And then I also said Caracal. Those might be under C. Caracal. Ooh. The diversity program. Okay, Caracal. They are fine on their own. They can only have breeding pairs. They are shy, which means we would have to make sure that it's quiet around them, and all of their viewing glass is two-way glass. Just the easiest way that I have found to keep animals calm. Let's see, 1 to 4 cubs, and you can have cubs every 2 years. So these guys are quite climby. Let's maybe shoot for close to 800 meters of space. These guys really don't need much space at all. We'll shoot for maybe 300 meters of space for the turtles. Okay. Do I hear? Nope, I don't. Just kidding. Got some beetles that have been born. Maybe we should take care of that. We're gonna keep around a couple of these just in case we run out. Okay. Things looking good. So what I'm thinking is our path, like our main path. We've been using these rocks. Let's keep it about 8 meters minimum, and I think I'm gonna let it kind of curve around, kind of in a like a half circle, like a wide one. And right here in the middle is where I might put a tortoise walk through, so they can just walk through and just be on the other side. And then kind of in this narrow space, I'll put like a holding area for the caracal, and then the caracal exhibit can be kind of right here. And then here we'll maybe have like a little gift shop, and then here we'll maybe have a little food, another little food bathroom area. Because our nearest bathroom is way over here, and for the mechanics of this, that's a pretty long ways away. We are also at the point where we're pretty far away from where the food is being made, which is way over here. So we might want to consider adding some amenities for the zookeepers as well. All right, hold on. Checking my Snapchat. Oh, that's not what I'm looking for. Okay. Okay. Let's start off with the tortoise. Okay, looks good. I think a nice low stone wall is going to be really cute. And then we're not really going to necessarily make it like it has to be touching the path all the time, because random shapes are fun. That's not what I intended to do. We're going to kind of angle it away from the path at times even, so that we could put some grasses and some flowers. Right, and then this is already a pretty large space, I think, so this is going to be plenty. I'm thinking we'll put some decorations in there, some stuff that guests might like to see the tortoises like kind of crawling under and around. And we'll have a guest walkway that kind of goes from maybe right here just straight through to here. So this back wall, I think what we'll do to kind of keep the illusion is we'll go to nature, go biome, I'm going to say grassland and desert, and then I'm going to say rocks. And blueprints only, maybe? What do we got for rock blueprints? Okay, it's just showing me everything. Let's go any, and we'll just we'll organize by price. That's helpful. So here we've got a nice rock arch. Very cool. Let's have guests walk under that, I think. Oop. And then let's see here, we've got some nice desert planters. We'll put that like right in the fence line. It just kind of adds kind of this illusion of depth. Yeah. I think I built this. I think this is mine. That's kind of what I was looking for. I was looking for something to put and block so that people can't see that this is actually butted right up against the moose exhibit, breaking up the eye line so that once you walk into this kind of deserty grassland area, the moose exhibit doesn't necessarily exist, you know, from this eye line. Ooh, yay! Oh golly, here we go. Okay, we're gonna throw out the oldest. Since we know these young ones definitely didn't breed, we'll keep them as backups. No crime for 3 months. I'll take it. Oh, we have a VIP player character. Say hi. Saying hi gives us some credits, which is super fun. Okay, we're having some AI mess-ups here, so we'll just move that bench. Okay. I think this is a good start. We'll start with this. Tortoise exhibits can be kind of iffy on if they have a back holding or not, like a backyard or a place for them to be not on exhibit. With tortoises that are small, just getting picked up by a person and moved is sometimes just that's enough, you know. With these large walk-through habitats, I think it would be important to have a little space off to the back where a tortoise could go to be alone, to be in the quiet. So I think what we'll do is there's already kind of a little gap here, so not connected to habitat terrain. We're just going to take this rock and we will maybe just scooch it around. Yep, and then this one we're gonna scooch it. Oh, I think I pressed the wrong button. Hold on. You. Move. You. Right here. Move. Now this one. Move. Alright, so now we've kind of got this little pocket, this little window, where hopefully a tortoise can walk through. Wow, okay. Oops. There we go. I'd still like guests to not necessarily be able to come through here. Kind of indicate to them that you're not supposed to be in here. There. So then we can take some fencing. I really hate that it becomes nighttime here. Let's change that. Let's keep it daytime most of the time right now. So what we can do is we can even pull from this moose fence and extend it and make it just this little cubby. There he is. A privacy cubby for the turtles. Every turtle's a tortoise, not every tortoise. Every turtle is a tortoise, but not all tortoises are turtles. Fun fact. Okay, so this is a guest gate. I thought I made this not nighttime. We'll figure it out, won't we? So now we're going to extend this barrier right here. And she is going to kind of peep up a little bit. Let's make that a little more subtle. And then the one that gets lodged in this rock, we don't even need to have a true barrier. We can do a null barrier, which is just the representation of a fence. It's possible that the tortoises will find a little way to squeeze through these rocks, which is possible, and then we'll have to put in a real fence. But for now, the rocks are the fence. The rocks are the fence. And then ideally this like back holding area wouldn't even be a pen necessarily. It would probably mostly be an indoor space, especially if like they needed a winter space. But I think for our purposes, just putting this little shelter in there, kind of wedging it here in the corner. So like this is where the tortoises can go to get some nice shelter if needed. And then even when the tortoises are getting shelter on habitat, people are going to kind of just like get all up in their shiz and their business. So we're just going to kind of sink another little shelter here into the rocks. Looks pretty good for right now. Let's get a keeper door right here. And then human doors. Let's see. Habitat gates. Guest gates. It's not really happy with me. Here we go. This one is fine. Let's do right there. And then let's just get rid of this path for a second. Get rid of it. The path system here is very fickle. Very fickle on what she'll let you do. So we will connect it like that. And then pathway in here, let's just do pretty narrow. Let's do 5 meters. There it is. And that's where we kind of will let people walk. Let's fix the grass here. I think she looks pretty good. So what we'll do here is we will run a a staff path. Oops. Along the back here. How many newts have we got in here now? Are they... Yeah, get your cell phone out. Take a picture. Let me readjust. Interesting. Okay, Um... Oh, good. She's done. Good. Let's see. I want staff. We're just gonna take everybody and train them. Everybody's pretty overworked right now, as they would be, but the more you train them, the better they can kind of handle the pressure. And then we currently have 1, 2, 3 exhibits, and we're gonna have 3 habitats. We're gonna add more, so I think we need some more zookeepers, for sure. So let's add at least 1 more. And we'll get an educator pretty soon. We'll set up some education kind of zones here. But for now, let's finish getting this habitat for the star tortoise. Let's get some little sleeping places set up. And we'll do water over here. And we will do a couple of food troughs, because I don't really know how many the zookeepers will fill up, if they'll fill them all. And then in the back here, I will put enrichment that the zookeepers don't need to access, just in case they can't fit through the holes. It is interesting when that happens. Okay. Got a nice little habitat here. What does our inspector think? Low education. We want better education. That's fine too. I think let's get our tortoises in here. Okay, do I want to use any of these? Somebody else made all of this in the themes that were available at the time. No, none of them are really hitting me. Alright, so we got some tortoise in, some tortoise are here. Let's just go with price again, why not? Alright, let's lock in some education points. Just right there. Let's do, right here, let's do a keeper chat. And then we're gonna do, this is gonna be, oh, no power. Well, someday it'll have power. Let's look at these guys. Hello. Oh yes, you have plenty of space, my guy. So much room to play. So we can let these guys just have as many babies as they want, I think. They are requesting more sand. Right here they see they want more sand. So we're going to go to terrain, we're going to choose sand, and we're just going to kind of... We're going to boop it in here. So they want some... A little bit of rock is okay. Sand is great. No snow. And basically an unlimited amount of dirt. And then they're okay with a little bit of grass. So we'll do a little bit of grass. Kind of in a few places. But other than that, I think that the sand is okay. There we go. And then they don't want too much plant coverage. We only have a little bit in there right now, just a tiny bit. Toys are good. And they have a safe breeding pool. Yeah, I think these guys are pretty much good to go. We're just going to leave them here for a bit. I think when it comes to the walkthroughs... Oh, here's something fun. These little cameras. When I have little behind the scenes areas that people aren't allowed in, sometimes I'll put these cameras, which just increases our education points, just like for free. Free education. Alright, we've got some tired people with no staff room, which I knew was on the way. I knew that that complaint was on its way. So right here, behind this holding space, we're going to build another one. We have plenty of cash to do it. So we want a staff room. I want a big one, and I think these triangle ones are super cute. I love them a lot. I love a triangle. Am I correct? This is the big one. That is cool. That's research and staff. Can we make that... See, I'm not looking necessarily for the keeper hut. I'm looking for a resting location. Giraffe house, that's not helpful. Oh, this one's cute. I just hope it's the big one. What does the little one look like? See, the little one is long. And the big one is longer. Okay. Or wider, sorry. Okay, so I think this is the big one. Okay. Let's put it like this. Staff path, just kind of run into it gently. Bit of shade for those guys. So that is another staff room. And then I don't know if we have power over here. He does. That one has power. Because we've got a generator over there. That's good. Okay, then I think we can get away with slipping in another keeper hut, a little food prep area. And I think this one has a little greenhouse and it's so adorable. We might want the big one though. The biggin. And we'll do this one so that it matches this one, and I'm just gonna kind of squeeze them together so that they appear to be a similar, like, connected, a one building. Okay. Herman's tortoise had offspring. Oh. Okay. I didn't necessarily need you back in here, Chloe, but that's fine. Let's see. And then we're going to sort by age, and we're going to send out our oldest beetles. Sell the tortoise too. Okay. Yeah, get in there, big man. Everyone in Zoo Security does walk like this, by the way. I sense no lies. Look at him. Yep, that's correct. Okay, I see how bad our stream is lagging. See, now it tells me that it's lagging, and then when I look at it, it looks fine. Oh, I won't worry about it too much today. No one's watching, and the recording doesn't lag, the best I know, so I just won't worry about it. Ooh, it's night. Oh, that little disco ball. I think we need to get in here and get some good photos for the YouTube. Okay, bear with me. We're gonna get a screenshot taker, I guess. Take a picture. I just want to take some pictures. Alright, we're gonna save that file. YouTube, we're gonna just do a new folder. Sorry you can't see what I'm doing. Zoo pics. Alright, zoo pics, and we'll call this African leopard. Because that's how you spell leopard. Forgive me. Cheapo. Okay, something that I forgot to do over here is that these guys actually can do a burrow. And so we're gonna give them that burrow. Right there. And so now, if we go into education, maybe, or videos, cameras, enter camera view. There's that burrow. Oh, I love it. It's so fun. And then you can go to Animal Burrow 1, first person. You can do camera effects, extra smooth motion, filters. That's so interesting. I think it would have to be tropical lush night vision green. Night vision gray, night vision full color. I think night vision gray is most appropriate. And so then if we went back and went to habitat webcam, we can move that one. We can do that. Desert warm. Oof. Yeah, that's fine. I don't care. Wow, why are we drifting? Do you see that? Just like smooth drift? I did not ask for that, unless I just did on accident. Are you happy? Yeah, he's happy. He's happy. Wow, how do I stop that? I do not like that. Okay. Here's what we're gonna do next. We're gonna look through here for some blueprints. See if there's anything that might be appropriate for a caracal holding. So this part of the shed just means nothing? It's a guest shelter. I have a moose about to mature. Custom walls. Oh, that is kind of nice. Wow. That is a wall. Look at that. It's kind of a dark wall, though. It's not really an African desert wall, but A beggar will not be a chooser right now, I don't think. I think we'll give that one a try. Yeah, that can be like the backdrop of our caracal habitat. I do not like this drift. Gates and fences. Some of these, I think, would be useful to us. Set that over there. And then most of these are geared more towards much larger animals, but we'll just like set that over there too. Whoa. We may have to build him something from scratch. Let's see. I reckon none of these shift doors are necessarily appropriate for a caracal per se, but for the sake of the zoo, they would, like this game, they would do the job. I think this one probably. Let's split up the group. Take it all. We are going to duplicate. Shoot. Duplicate. Spin me around a little. And we are going to assume that we are going to build something right here. Right here. That would allow an animal to shift onto exhibit. Right there. And that will be his way onto the exhibit. Alright, so then the next thing we're going to need to do is actually build the facade of this barn. And we're going to turn back to blueprints any. And just start with some walls and see what we can get done. I think we'll build it pretty simple with just 2 bedrooms and then a shift hall. Which isn't going to make a lot of sense, but it'll be okay because this is just for giggles. Let's look for concrete. Concrete. Concrete pillars, concrete walls. Let's just focus on walls. And then I think having a tunnel is good. So kind of like how I want to have that shift hallway. Just gonna make a tube to start with, and that's gonna be our framework. We'll just see how that goes. See where that gets us. So theoretically, this is a hallway that the animal would walk down. Why can't you be put there? You're obstructed? I doubt it. Why? Just let me do it. Oh well. So because when you shift a cat, you have to make sure that you are also safe. We need to have like a human walkway here too somehow. I would say we put it on this side, and because this is a caracal cat, not a big cat, you can make the tunnels really small. It does not have to be this human-sized tunnel. But again, we're doing this for the sake of the game, not necessarily for this, we're just gonna do our best. We're just gonna do our best. Well, and we can't even make a hole in the tunnel. Why can't I have a hole? That's obstructed by the outer wall, I see. We're too close. We're too close to the edge, and that's okay. Let's just give her the business. Yeah, I'm fine with this. She's the younger girl, right? I think we don't want her having any more calves. You're a big man. Not that big, but pretty big. Okay, I'm gonna change my mind on this particular part. Edit. Alright, we'll save that one little tunnel. One little piece of tunnel. We will leave it there. But now I think we're gonna get in here with some steel mesh. Because realistically, for the smaller cats, we're gonna have more of a mesh wall. Inside this building. Why are you so tall? Get down. Okay, so here's a kind of a basic shape that realistically I would break up into 2 bedrooms. So we'll go back to construction. And let's give them a door. And we're gonna give them a human door because it's fine. Let's put a human door to go out onto habitat. Boop. And then we're gonna need... That's not what I'm trying to do. Stop. Gonna need a human door going into this pen. Stop. And going into this pen. And then I think what we need to try for... Just let me place it, okay? Don't mess around. Good enough. Okay. So we've got 2 separate bedrooms here. This path is really gonna mess me up. I don't really want to be this, like, smushed. How do I deselect that? I don't really want that bit. I want all of this. This might work. I want to scoot it back quite a ways. I'll explain this bit if I can make it work. I think it would be best, rather than put another aisle, because like theoretically if you have a cat here and a cat here and you don't want the cats to be together but you want to get this cat outside, the best way to do it would be to shift them out this way and then out onto exhibit. But in this particular setup, having a little area for this cat to then go into and be safe, and then this cat can go past him, might be interesting. Again, not super realistic, because then they could still be fitting at one another. But, you know, I'm not going to worry about it right now. Let's worry about it if it was real, because I wouldn't have built it here and I would have done a better job. You know, it's what it is, you know? Sometimes we do our best with what we're given. I want to not be selecting all of this. We'll do it the long, hard way. Alright, and now we're gonna move it. Boom. These cats are gonna have so much dang space. Let's get rid of this nonsense real quick. I've changed my mind, because these cats are gonna have so much space with this indoor habitat space. We're gonna start that bit over. Okay, hold on here. Now, here's how this part works. We set it in the walls, and we run it through here. I think there might be... Is there mesh? Mesh walls. Wow! That is interesting. Gonna set that over there, take a look at it. Show me where you got that. this. Duplicate that for me. What do we call this? What, do I not have it anymore? Shoot. This damn camera. Boom. Boom. Heck yeah. And this is how we're gonna plaster the roof on this bad boy. Because, you know, in the end, at the end of the day, this is a cage. And even though we're gonna put a roof on it, the roof doesn't mean the cage is secure. So the whole, anything that's considered animal space gets a mesh roof. And then the rest of the building gets built. And that's just the way it is. I'm gonna call this semi-realism. It's not perfect, but if you visit really old zoos that are like city or county zoos and they have no budget for upgrades, this is the kind of situation. This is the kind of situation that they keep like 6 lions in back in the day. Back in the 50s, there was probably 6 to 10 lions in here. Or like 4 bears. Stuff like that. It would be considered very outdated now, but you know, I'm doing my best. I'm not an engineer. Ugh, excuse me. Okay, one thing that we haven't done in here yet is we don't actually have like a human door for a person. Let's get rid of that. Door. Human door. Doors and windows. Very plain, very basic. But we can get some wall decorations. Or maybe some props. I kind of want the ones ooh, cat fence. This is perfect. We'll put a little bit of that out front. I'm unsure what the general square footage for these guys is going to end up being right now, because I don't necessarily want to give them, you know, 1,000 meters over what they need, because can we get this? We're not gonna be able to get this straight, are we? Dang it. I wanted it straight. I'd like to make this last wall just rock. But I think for the sake of getting animals in here, let's just make it wood for now. I'd like a nice big desert rock wall, and then we're gonna do null barriers all the way. Oh my gosh, I can't. Oh, excuse me. When we went in here, I think is when things started to get weird. So we're gonna turn off extra smooth motion. Ah, perfect. That's so much better. I'm gonna sneeze again. Anyway. Let's check on everybody real quick, shall we? Finances, we're doing really good, it looks like. Even with as crazy as I'm going, I say crazy. I'm just kind of buying whatever I want, and we're still making enough money, so we've got money in the bank. We've got, looks like 3 cubs that they're 2.5. We're getting there. Pregnant tortoise. Lots of newts, lots of turtles. Pregnant moose, question mark? No. No, not pregnant moose. Lots and lots of bugs. Lots of beetles. We're just gonna get rid of the beetles, so it'll be fine. I'm keeping him because he's bronze. We'd like to get gold, I know, but we'll do bronze for now. And then we're just gonna keep on sneaking this null barrier through. And because there's concrete walls here, you know, there does not need to be a gate. We're just gonna sneak the barrier around, and then we're gonna tuck it right here once it starts being animal room. Tuck it here. And then there is an actual fence here, so they've connected. And then here, we're gonna do null barrier again. get to here. Poke it out this corner almost. And then run it here because we're gonna need a staff fence right there. And then because guests are gonna want to get on this fence line, we can't run it too far away. We'll just run it to there. And then we need to do staff fence right here. Boop. And then normally I would say we put more here, but I don't think we can. We might have to change this even to mesh. Get down. Let's see, construction. Show me doors. Big door. Ooh, we got African leopards about to mature. So we're gonna have to get over there for that. Oops. Okay, so we're just going to pretend that those are functional keeper doors, but they're not. The keeper door is here. And so we're going to let the keeper walk, I guess, out here. Right there. So then we'll do another door. A big one this time. I think we're gonna do big keeper door. We're gonna put it where I want it, not where the game wants it. Right there. This whole wall is just a little off the ground, isn't it? It'll be okay. Alright, you know, it's fine. Good for that tortoise. We need to go and find us some leopards. Some leopard cubs. Now originally we bred these guys because we were low on money and we really needed to make some money, and that was like 8 years ago. Okay, pause. We're gonna have some fighting if we don't hustle. So this is a full-grown adult. I think what we will do, it says release one moose to the wild, not one animal. So I think we'll just send her to the trade center. Ozzy is Gold Star. Let's release him to the wild. And then we'll wait for the other one. Nadu? Big man. Send him to the trade center too. We'll decide on him later. Okay, let's get Dad back in here. Why not? Rashid. If they have another litter of cubs, awesome. And if they don't have another litter of cubs, it's all good. They can retire together. Let's go look at what we have here. Deca would sell for 8,000. And where was the other one? We had a girl. 11,000. Let's see if anyone is interested in trading her. And then we'll see what happens. Okay, back to this nightmare. In this back corner, we still have power over there, so it doesn't really make sense to put a power source in there for us. I wonder if we could take a look at some roofing options. Show me roof. Pitched roof, roof decorations, roof trims, flat roofs. Do we have, like, grass? Grassy roof? Palm thatch? Show me pitched roofs. Roofs are my weakness. I'm not good at roof. I think let's just do simple roof here, and I would like to change the color to green. Whoa, not that level of green. Holy moly. Yeah, that's fine. That'll be okay. We're gonna add to the building, yes. But we're gonna... Can I not? Can I not? Roof trims, what the hell? How do you do it? An Eve. Your mom is an Eve. I don't understand. Well, let's just do one thing at a time. I build like such a beginner. Stupid little baby builder. What do I even have in my hand right now? Vertical wooden plank roof. Wooden... Okay. Just get this shit in here. Okay. We did it. I did it. It's okay. Gutter drain. Gutters. Interesting. Ooh, I could put a trellis. I could attempt. Hey dog, like, let me live my life. This building just really needs some texture. Because right now it's very boring. And I think that this wood is gonna help. Oh, I see. It's made to look like 2x4. Well, I'm just using it for decoration, so I'm not too worried about it. A beetle died. Ooh, we have baby turtles. Ah! They're so small and cute. So little. Good. Okay, that's interesting. Breed a new habitat animal. I'm working on it, okay? You're gonna try and mate again? You guys just bad at it? Maybe you shouldn't be allowed if you're this bad at it. Are you bad at it? Yeah, you're bad at it. Get out of here. Maybe we have another male who's good at it. Hobart? Yeah, he's good at it. There, give that a try. All right. Currently we are at 500 square meters. And for the caracal, we're gonna need, for 2 adults and say 2 cubs, 700 square meters. That's okay. That is okay. We had planned that this wasn't big enough. That we are gonna need bigger. I think what I want to do maybe is even have another little guest viewing area back here with some two-way glass, like in the rock wall. Be kind of cool. But let's get the rest of this figured out, eh? Let's see, we want walls and we want concrete. And we want it to chill out. Yeah, right there, bud. Nope. There we go. Hey guys, it's happening. I can do it. Sometimes. Alright. For some reason we have a different building group over here. And that's okay. Good. 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 Oofda. We did it. We did it. Alright. Let's get in here. I would like to see this floor be dirt. Let's see some dirt in here, huh? So show some respect to the indoors and not grow grass inside. Alright. Next, we're gonna build some perching in here. I would love some climbing structures in here so that we don't have to have all of our climbing stuff out on the exhibit, out in the habitat. And then we're gonna have to turn off any. And we're gonna hope that they can still walk underneath these so that they also count as walkable space. And then these boys, let's see, we're just gonna kind of stick them around as like the posts, and they do not exit the mesh, so that's great. Fun. Okay. And we'll build some climbing stuff on Exhibit 2 when we need to. When we have to. Alright. We had some cubs born. Cheapo does not waste any time. Why are we're going fast? I didn't want us to go fast. Let's see, what do we got here? A regular cub. Just one? Oh, we got two others in here. Regular. There they are climbing down. Very cute. That's kind of you to think. Yes, it's true. I have a ridiculous amount of money. Okay. I think we have a lot of things in here figured out. Oh, we're already degraded. Well, you know, it's taken me several years to build this, so I believe it. Alright, lights. We want hanging lights. And we want something that can hang in here. Yeah, do you work? Show me. Yeah, see? Oh. I don't like these ones. Okay, these lights are hanging from nothing. And I'm okay with that. Not everything needs to be perfect all the time. What I say when I'm knitting and crocheting and other projects, it does not need to be perfect, it just needs to get done. Because if I agonize over it for a year, I'm gonna quit. I will quit. Just get it done. And have fun. That's the point, isn't it? Okay, I think that indoor holding is good enough for now. I think what I'm gonna do is we're gonna add a fence line here. And I don't mind this wood. I think we're gonna let it be for a bit. Do we... we do not have a mechanics workshop. People don't like to see those kinds of things, unfortunately. Yeah, add it to the structure. Well, there's a bit of fencing in there, though, so they're not super happy about it. That's not what I wanted. Better. It's better. Here we go. We have 900 meters. Good. I think we're good to start. And we'll build up the habitat. Here we go. Let's see how it goes. Guys are the worst. Okay, so let's go look at traversable area. He can go all the way into all the holdings. He can climb up those climbers. That's perfect. And then he has currently enough square footage, but not enough climbing, which we knew. And we'll see how it is once there's 2 adults in here, what they think. Still enough square footage, not enough climb. So we'll pause, that way they don't get angry. That's pretty big. And I worry. Something like that could take away like actual traversable space, like ground space. Whereas something that is almost completely like in the air. I think I like this one better. It might leave us with more like traversable space. Takes a little away, but it gives us enough climbing that we're okay until cubs come. See how they're doing indoors. Just hanging out. Just hanging out. Put some beds in here. Got a lot of beetles dying off. Is it time for a new small exhibit? We'll put a water source in here. Maybe just like a water bowl. So that's kind of more realistic for a holding space. But outside we will put a big automatic waterer. Food. We'll put some feeding station right here. That looks good. They got plenty to do. And for now, like they're good. They don't need to worry about stress, because really the only stress point would be this fence line, and they can go inside. They've got all this space to kind of relax, and then this is double, double glass. So they would not feel like they're being perceived from that angle. I think I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna destroy all this stuff real quick. We'll buy it again if we have to. Because for now, I think I'm ready to put in like our little dining area, little food court situation, and some bathrooms and whatnot. So we're gonna focus on the guests now for a little bit. I think these are important. I have no shame. I'll put those bad boys everywhere. They can think they're underpriced all they want. I don't need any more money right now. I will go a little crazy. Let's start with the bathroom, I think. I mix themes a lot. Like, I know this is like an African desert area, and these are like European classic bathrooms, but who cares? You know? I don't care. Okay, we need a power source over here. Let's go with... That's a transformer. I want a wind turbine. And I want her to be pretty. We're going to pause because we need to get an educator. Because these chats, these keeper chats, attract a lot of attention. Okay, we gotta spread these out quite a bit, otherwise they don't have time to walk to them. So I'm only gonna give this person 3. And hopefully she'll be okay. We're gonna get 2 more of these, because we don't have too many. Gonna get another zookeeper. Gonna get another mechanic. Another security. We're gonna need a couple extra vendors. Did I already? Nope, another vet. And we'll wait on another educator, but. And then everybody is getting trained. I said everybody. Okay. We're still not ready to have guests over here just yet. I'm going to make a little picnic area. I mean, not a picnic, a food court area. Can't say picnic anymore. Well, let's do tree bark. Okay. There she is. We're going to do... Gonna have to add a tour point over here and over here. I don't really know what those do, but it's gonna happen. Let's put that there. Education everywhere. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna put my 2 merchandise booths here. Where's my mouse? I've gone and lost it. Nope, that's not what I meant. Okay. Alright, what do we want in here? We want... merch. Okay. Don't mind that I'm mixing habitats with all of these different trees. Don't worry about it. It'll be fine. No one will notice. And just like, leave me alone about it, alright? Mom? I just gotta make the building pretty, that's all. And I'd say that that's pretty pretty. Pretty pretty for now. I think we have just about everything that the guests will need. I think we should probably open it up, see what happens. Okay, it looks like all of our Titan beetles died. So maybe we can put something else in there for a little while. Maybe a big ol' snake. Gonna have a little calf here if she'll get it together. Temperature. We'll go find the cool spots. We need cooler spots. We need more cool. We can handle that. More cool. How is that? We got a moose calf in here somewhere. There it is. A little girl. Space is a little bit of an issue. Oh, well, okay. There. That'll be taken care of. Sorry. Oop. There she go. Tall for a vet. I think we can go ahead and put in... Let's see where it is. Memorials. Yeah, let's do Danielle. Create a memorial. There it is. Too far from path for guest viewing. What? Here. Can be viewed. There we go. Oh, geez. How are you doing? Not good. Stress. How do we fix it? There we go. Guest gate. We have a hygiene station. No dangerous animals. Interactive animals. Few. We want few people. We need a hygiene station and we need interactive animals. We want few, and then we would like for security. We need do not disturb. Shh, be quiet. That's helpful. So these plants ideally give them something to hide behind in the event that they don't want to be perceived. Which, you know what? Me too, girl. Me too. How are our Caracals feeling? Because I was more worried about the Caracals. Yeah, they're doing just fine. Because they're inside, completely away from people can see them. Good for them. That is their choice. That's how zoo animals are. Hey, this guy feels great. Good for him. And they can traverse back into that area. That's good. Staff cannot. Cinematic. Well, I can't see. Well, where are they? Ah! Just one? Two? There's two. Just two. Oh, so cute. Two boys. Oh, look at them go. Good. It's twice as many caracals for people to try and be able to see. That's great. All right. Well, this has been good. I think we're gonna wrap this up. We're about 2 hours into this now. I don't think anyone's ever joined, but that's okay. That's okay. I had a good time. I honestly would have lost motivation to finish this holding area if I wasn't like recording and streaming. But I think that's kind of like a good motivator for me because I just get really lazy with the game, and when I get lazy, then I get bored, and then I don't like finish my goals. So I think that I would really enjoy like maybe setting some goals for this zoo. Like I don't really know what. I don't have excuse me. Pardon. I've never really like finished a whole map, and there's a lot of really fun textures over here that would be fun to explore and maybe set up some rides. I've tried to set up rides in the future or in the past, and they tend to lag my computer pretty bad. And I just can't get the hang of them very well, so I don't know. We'll see how it goes. See where it takes us. But in the meantime, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me, and if you're watching this still from the recording, I really appreciate you watching all the way to the end. So, anyway, have a great day. Bye!